Diggity. Hi, my name is Anna and I'm a singer.
Hi, my name is Peyton and I'm a dancer.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back with the long-awaited ONEUS comeback reaction.
Yes, today we are reacting to ONEUS' comeback called No Diggity, 반박불가. Before we get started, just wanted to remind everyone, Peyton predicted this in our Busho reaction. She literally saw the phone screen and the date and she's like, oh, is that like a spoiler for a comeback? So, but obviously we have seen all like the individual member teasers and music video teasers, album spoiler, all of that. And it's their first full-length album, so yeah, but yeah, let's just go.
Let's go.
Ooh. Oh my god, fire gun. It's so jarring seeing them like this. I'm still not over it, even though I've been prepared by teasers.
The eye makeup! Sorry. I know most people are gonna freak out about his crop top, but the eye makeup!
Right? I was like... Ooh.
They've got the crazy look in their eyes down.
I was gonna say, they're channeling like the crazy Joker-ish facials so much.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Excuse me. Vocal fry. Yeah. This part is so like less dark that it throws me off. Oh.
That was where I was confused in the teaser. I was like,
oh, oh, what is that shot? At the intersection. What the?
Oh.
Wait, there was suddenly a shot of him like looking like an angel in all white, and now it's all dark again and flames. I'm so...
Dancing. Their dancing is so animalistic. And kind of like that sort of animalistic where like an animal's been chained and is trying to like escape and attack. And it's like literally like that right from the very beginning. Like the first time I had that thought, was as soon as ONEUS starts singing and he like leans out and his arms are being held and he rolls his neck around, and I was literally in my head just like, oh, okay, so this is what we're doing today. Like, we're choosing violence. Like, okay, this is what we're doing. And yeah, it's so aggressive in both style and in choreography. So there's a lot of attacking, like forward movements, like literally like they're about to fight. Like I remember one example that really kind of honestly made me like back up, but I couldn't because there was a wall behind me, was during Ido's rap verse, and they're doing the foot thing forward where they're like going back and forth, and it's kind of like they're running towards you, and then his voice is very deep, and I was like, oh, I am alarmed. I mean, it's a great effect. Like, it's supposed to make you feel like that. Like, it's very attacking. Honestly, the best example is probably the final dance break, which is probably the most intense dance break I've ever seen them do in like a title track. They're literally hitting a movement on every single beat, and it's so punchy. And first of all, dancing on every single beat is already aggressive because it's like overwhelming, because your mind has to race to catch up with like, what am I seeing? Because you're not giving time for each movement to read, like giving it several counts. It's like, it's hitting and it's hitting and it's hitting and it's hitting, and you're kind of like, but it was so good. I was literally sitting there and I was like, this is so good. Especially because it started out super punchy, and then towards the end, it kind of got a little bit more like, their legs stayed punchy, but their upper bodies got fluid. And I was like, oh, the contrast, like, oh, this is so nice. Just style-wise, I already said that that might be the most aggressive dance break I've ever seen, but honestly, this might be the most aggressive I've ever seen them dance in a title track, because I'm comparing it to all of their other title tracks that are very like refined, upright, and then I'm like, okay, and we're literally choosing violence in this one. Like, this was not that sort of like princely vibe, which was jarring to see, and I thought I was ready for it because of the teasers and the photos and everything, but I was still not ready for it. Moving on from that, styling for all of them members was great. Like, I felt like it really showed different sides of them, and the styling let them kind of lean into that character more than if they had been dressed the way that I feel like I'm used to seeing them in, like suits and like very classy. Again, we said it in the reaction, they really were leaning into that like crazy Joker, like coming after you, don't want to cross me. And then the music video, there is a story. I just never know what the story is or how it connects to the previous ones or the future ones, because I know at the end of the intro video, it morphs from the Lived logo into this devil logo. And so I know that it's somehow connected, but I haven't had time to figure out how it's connected, so I will go back afterwards and figure that out. But yeah, I don't know. It was very entertaining. I was like, this is ONEUS? What? So, Anna's turn.
Yeah, just like Peyton was saying, this is such a jarring contrast from the usual ONEUS Disney Prince vibe. Even on Road to Kingdom, they didn't venture into being this, I don't want to say unrestrained.
No, I think that's a good word.
Okay, unrestrained. So to start off, I wanted to clarify one thing that I said in the reaction. I was saying that the pre-chorus kind of throws me off, at least like the first half of the pre-chorus, because it feels kind of sweeter. And I think the thing that made me feel that way is you can hear acoustic guitar strumming during that section, which is really jarring because like the rest of the time in the song when they use guitar, it's an electric guitar. And even then, like the song really is focusing instead on like the really heavy bass and like synths that they're using instead. Like the intensity level hasn't like decreased by a lot, but since the instruments that they're using have changed a little bit, I was like, oh, this is different. What? And like talking about how the song is really synth heavy, a lot of the synths that they're using are actually really like techno sounding. So like especially in the first half, like first verse of the song, and then also like the second half of the pre-chorus, there's this high-pitched synth line that's doubling the melody that's being sung. The techno line that plays in the first verse isn't really there in the second verse just because like that's Ido's rap section, and they're doing like the sort of silence for impact. And it was very impactful, and it's just like that with like a trap beat. Stop smirking. And it's just like that with a trap beat. Last thing that I wanted to talk about was the ending though. Instead of ending with a final chorus after the bridge, they just did a dance break, and like we're doing the da-da-da-da-da-das. First of all, it feels like it's being felt in double time, because while it's not counting on 1, 2, 3, 4, it's still like implying the double time, but also when it's hitting those beats, it's not just doubled, it's like tripled. So the bass is playing it, there's these horns that are playing it, and a higher synth line playing it, and they're singing the da-da-da-da. So maybe it's like quadrupled. So it's just like a really driving force. Like already, if it had just been the bass playing it, you would have felt that driving force because it's so like grounded. But when it's all these multiple layers doing the exact same line, you're really feeling that. Now that I know what the song is about, because like, sorry, I had the lyrics on while watching the video, but like I got distracted by the video, so like couldn't really focus on like reading the lyrics. Now that I know what it's about, I was like, this makes so much more sense. They're literally ready to fight. And the last little tidbit that I had written down that I told Peyton earlier, and she said I should say it too, was my favorite line in the song is when Raven goes, "빠지라고, 빠지라고." And like, I've never seen Raven in this way before, but like, that line was kind of like, and it's really funny because I'm like, okay, this is like a K-pop group title track, which is why they have to say 빠지라고, but I feel like if it wasn't, I would just be hearing like, "꺼져." So, yeah, that's all I have to say.
Supposed to translate that TLDR is ONEUS is back with their long-awaited, very highly anticipated comeback, No Diggity, 반박불가.
I don't like the English title.
I like the Korean title better.
Yeah.
But it really threw us for a loop because this is a completely new side of ONEUS, very aggressive, kind of mean. And yeah, honestly, like it was very entertaining for both of us, and I think it was nice. It was like a very nice change to see from the members. So congratulations on your album.
Yeah, that being said, if you enjoyed this reaction video, also are super hyped about ONEUS' comeback and the first full-length album, which we will go and listen to after filming this, then please leave a like, comment, subscribe,
Ding!
turn on your notification bell,
Da-da-da-da.
and bye!